Hey Smart Minds, today we're diving into punctuation, but we're looking at a little mark that is called a comma. What is a comma? A comma shows a brief pause or helps separate ideas in a sentence. And when are we supposed to use a comma, Smart Minds? Okay, firstly, we use a comma to separate items in a list. For example, I bought apples, bananas, and peaches. We use a comma after an introductory word or phrase. When you start a sentence with however, that's an introductory phrase, you put a comma. Then you continue. We decided to stay home. Before sunset, comma, we finished our homework. Or Smart Minds, when you're writing, when you're doing creative writing and you're starting and you say once upon a time, you put a comma because that is an introductory phase. We also use a comma to separate independent clauses with the coordinating conjunctions. You know what conjunctions are, Smart Minds? The and, but, oh, for, no, so, yet. Those are just examples. But before you put any conjunction word, you put a comma. For example, I was sleepy. Our conjunction is but, so you put a comma there. Then you continue, but I kept reading. We use a comma to set off non-essential information, the extra details in a sentence. For example, my brother, comma, who is a soccer player, comma, scored a goal. We don't really necessarily need to know that your brother scored a goal or who plays soccer is your brother. But for that non-essential information, you put a comma. Okay. We also use a comma to separate additional details or adjectives. For example, he is kind, comma, generous person. There are two adjectives there, kind and generous. So between them, you put a comma. We also use a comma to directly address someone. For example, Mark, please come here. We use a comma to separate elements in dates or addresses. For example, we moved to Cape Town, comma, South Africa, comma, in March 2025. Smart Minds, note that commas help make your writing clear and easy to read, but don't overuse them. Don't forget to follow, like, and share. See you in the next video. Thank you.